Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. A very warm welcome to meeting number 33 of the Gabbys Toastmaster Online Advanced Toastmaster Club. I am Renu Kaushal, your SA for today's meeting. So, as a sergeant of arm, it's my duty to highlight some key points for the meeting. Please note this meeting is scheduled for a duration of 2 hours. And I would urge each one of you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefit out of it. All throughout the meeting, please maintain that your video is on and the audio should be off. Unmute yourself when you are called to speak or need to speak. You are also advised that regarding the topics of sex, religion, politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on speaking on these topics, but we at Gabbys, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. The club mission for Gabbys is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And now I would hand over the virtual stage to our presiding officer for today. She is Toastmaster Samita. And just before that, a brief introduction about her. Toastmaster Samita, she's a woman empowerment coach who has dedicated her life to building confident communicators and future leaders. With her powerful background in teaching, leadership, and public speaking, she brings clarity, courage, and consistency to everything she does. The stage is all yours, Samita ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. Let us hear it for our sergeant for starting the meeting right on time and taking it up in the last moment. With that, I declare Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, Area B2, District 92, meeting number 33 open. I welcome all members of the club, visiting Toastmasters, and guests to today's meeting. I urge everyone to be on camera. If you are on camera, we can see and we can feel your energy. Please rename yourself if you are a role taker or a guest or a visiting Toastmaster. I give you 5-10 seconds to do so. Do we have any guests in our group today? I can't see any guests. Okay.
There is Srinivas B.
Yeah, now I can see. So, Srinivas B, can you be on camera? Hello. Can you give us a quick introduction? From where are you? And from where did you hear about our meeting?
Hello everyone, my name is Srinivas. I am a Toastmaster. I'm a part of Belagavi Toastmaster Centenary Club.
Welcome to our meeting. Please stay till the end and we would love to hear from you. Now, for the interest of the guests who are not Toastmasters, today, 24th Feb, and the person who started Toastmaster, Dr. Alf Smedley, was born on February 22nd, 1878. He was the one who saw the need to develop the interpersonal skill pertaining to communication, management, and leadership in the community. And from there, he started his Toastmaster Speaking Club on March 24th, 1905. And then he tried again, and finally in 1924, he organized the first successful club in YMCA building that eventually became club number 1 of Toastmasters International. Today, we have something very interesting as our educational session. And we have a person who is a chartered accountant turned image consultant and soft skill trainer, helping companies address people management challenges. As a leadership trainer and life coach, she guides transformation journey through her brand rebrand. But that's not all. She is a tarot card reader. And for today, she will be telling us all about tarot cards. Over to you, Toastmaster Gaurii Aggarwal. And the timer for you will be Toastmaster Muskan Rahman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita, and a very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and guests. At the onset, my first question to you is: how many of you, how many of you think tarot is random? Can you just raise your hands? Nice, very nice to see that nobody here thinks that tarot is random. Beautiful. Okay, I am going to start with telling you my story and my journey with tarot. I started as a non-believer. It was completely random for me. I, with my 4 friends, had gone to Goa. And outside a restaurant, there was this foreigner sitting with her tarot cards. 2 of my friends were extremely intrigued and they almost forced the other 3 to get it done. And I sat there very disinterested, but not spoiling the mood of the group. I just sat. But what came out of that reading, whatever she said, came to life after 5-6 months. And I was shocked. I was shocked at how random pulling of cards could reveal so much about me. And after that, my belief in tarot has been unshakable. I taught myself tarot. I also did a course later on. So that is where my journey started, and that is why my belief in it is so strong. Now, I'm going to share a PPT just as a formality, but I would need the screen sharing rights, please.
Done, Gauri.
Saurav, are you there?
Yeah. Given the screen sharing rights.
Can you see it?
It's coming up.
Okay, I think we'll just let it be. I don't have a very good network today. Now, where did tarot begin? It actually began from Italy, and anything that comes from outside is just more credible, isn't it? That's just how we think and feel. So it happened in the 15th century, and the origin was actually a card game called Taruchi. It was a playing card game that got converted into tarot and as a reflection tool. Now, when this went to Egypt, and the women at home used to use tarot to figure out how is the day of their spouses or their counterparts going to be when they went hunting. Are they going to come back? Are they going to catch enough food? All this they discovered. They started analyzing this through tarot. And then in the 20th century, now it has gained momentum once again, and people are relying on it. Actually, just like any other alternative therapy, I think even spirituality to that extent is as random as tarot is, if I may say so. Now, what is the structure of tarot? Tarot is a set of 78 cards, which look somewhat like this. And they are divided into 2 parts. One is a major arcana, and the second is a minor arcana. Major arcana is a set of 22 cards, and they talk about life journey. Now, let me tell you the first card. This is the first card, and it's called the Fool card. If you see and if you can interpret a little bit, it is just a naive person not realizing that there is a cliff and he can fall off. So when we start off in life, we don't have experience. That is what happens. The full circle, when the tarot ends, is the World card. When it's actually achieved everything and is good, bad, the ugly, and that becomes the completion of a man's journey before the cycle starts again. Now, you don't think it is random, but I need to protect my credentials a little bit. A chartered accountant, a trainer, a tarot reader. So, what is the common factor? In accounts, numbers are random. Okay, a balance sheet, the format gives it structure. In leadership is random. Feedback gives you or reveals about behaviors. And in tarot, there are patterns which reflect and reveal about you. So, thinking about tarot as a predictive tool is something which is the least important part of tarot. It is a tool for self reflection. You know, those inner questions, the ideas, the answers where we get stuck, we don't know what to do, things which lead us to procrastination, overthinking. So, when a tarot reader or you yourself pull out cards for yourself, you notice a pattern. And we know ourselves the best. We know ourselves the best. I'm going to do this live for you right now. Just give me a second. So this is a set of tarot cards. I'm going to shuffle it in front of you. And I'm going to take out something for myself because I know myself the best here. Okay. This is the card that popped out. It's the Four of Swords. There's a man lying down and there's a sword beside it. It's actually my situation. What this means is somebody's unwell, taking rest, temporary rest. I am unwell and my sister is unwell as well. So the randomness is why did this drop out? But there's a pattern to it. Let's do it for another person who we know here in the meeting. Let's just take out a card for Saurav and I'm going to keep it very, very general. Let's see what pops out for him.
Don't give out any dark secret.
No. I just want to tell you that there are patterns. How does it happen? You're going to see it live.
Don't give out any dark patterns.
King of Wands. Now, of whatever we know of him, and we were supposed to give it a general meaning, let's just say that he's the one who started Gabbys. So he becomes the king of this meeting and the club. King of Wands for Saurav. So he is the king for the meeting that we are in right now. This is as random and as general and as little information that I would want to reveal. Okay. So tarot definitely has patterns. There are archetypes. When you see this, so in psychology, any psychology students here? Yes or no? No psychology students here.
We
Okay,
have
so
one.
Raised her hand. Pooja Saran.
Okay, Pooja, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, I am. I'm a psychologist.
Okay, so you've heard of Carl Jung.
Yes, I have, and I'm also a tarot card reader, and this really interested me, so I'm here.
Fabulous. So then I needn't ask more. So
Yeah.
in psychology, there are archetypes. So if you
Yes.
go to a psychologist or Carl Jung created archetypes, mother, he had given them names, mother, hero, etc., etc. For all of you in the corporate world, there is a psychometric test called Gallup. And if any one of you have done it, Gallup reveals your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, are you more of a people's person? Are you good at executing? Are you good at planning? It gives you all that structure. Tarot does the same thing. And let me tell you, I do it for leadership when I'm coaching them. And if the conversation goes towards the realms of tarot, I do that. And how do we do that is there are 4 suits, like I told you at the beginning. And the 4 suits are They are the elements that are there, which is air, water, earth, and fire.
Fire.
So one suit is called the swords. This is air. The second suit here is pentacles, which is earth. The third suit here is cups, which is water. And the fourth one is wand, which is fire. So when we lay out the cards for the leadership, that is what gets revealed. Let's say a lot of pentacles is coming, which is a lot of earth, a lot of practicality in the person. There is no emotion, there is no water. So how do they become better leaders? We advise them to get a little bit of emotional quotient into their style of leadership. So like I said, it is not just about predicting. The day you're feeling low, if you don't need to go to a tarot reader. All of us have a sense of interpretation. Okay, I can see Sunil on the screen. Sunil, I'm
Yes.
going to take out a card. Just think of something, you don't have to tell us. And just read the card. What does the card mean to you?
So first I have to think something.
Just think of something, anything bothering you or
Okay.
whatever. Okay. What does this mean to you?
It shows, it feels me like I am in cage. I am in lot of troubles. I'm not getting out of it. That's
Okay.
yeah.
What else?
And I don't see anyone to help me, and I'm going to die. Finally, I think so.
No. The last sentence is not correct. But the interpretation, because one, it is very clear. Plus, when we read for ourselves, we know ourselves the best. Okay, so you are able to somehow put your situation and then interpret the cards. Okay, now if you see very carefully, Sunil, the hands are tied, the legs are not.
Okay. Yeah.
But she's blindfolded, so she can't see the path ahead. But actually,
Okay.
there is a way.
Okay.
Okay, so that is how this works. Thank you.
Okay. So how how did it relate to what I was thinking?
It's magic. I'll answer your
No,
question.
no, no. But
I'll
I
answer.
think so. It didn't relate to that.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. So let me
Yeah.
take this in Q&A.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
take this in Q&A.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Can we spotlight Saurav? Or actually, I've already taken something. Okay, now he's spotlighted. So, what does this mean to you? So I don't want you to interpret the card. Now, this card, what does it mean to you, Saurav?
There is some 9/11 kind of something is happening on the tower.
Very good. Okay. So now, if you interpret this card, every card has a negative meaning and a positive meaning, because when we speak to the client or the whoever is getting the reading done, you have to know why they're asking the question. So this also means destruction, and this also means liberalization. Getting liberal, not liberalization. So it has two meanings here. Now let us do one more thing very quickly, in not more than 2 seconds. Can you write in the chat your favorite flower? It has to be fast. Okay, no one has a favorite flower? Okay. Think of your favorite flower if you don't want to write it down.
Rose.
Okay. Now think of your favorite color.
Red.
Okay. Now, everybody has different patterns, but I'll show you two patterns here. Why tarot is pattern reading? Because everything, human beings read patterns. Nancy said her favorite flower is rose. She went on to saying her favorite color is red. She's sticking to the pattern. Renu said her favorite flower is pink, and she said her favorite flower is lotus, and her favorite color is pink. She's sticking to the patterns. And some have just given the color and not the flower.
That's why no blue color flowers not available.
So you skipped the first question, Sunil. You skip. See, now in your some patterns could be thinking immediately on the spot. I could have asked reverse. If I would have said what's your favorite color, that would have been easier. Many of us don't know the name of flowers. That is also a fact. Okay. Yes, so it comes down to pattern recognition. When cards are taken out for you, they form patterns. Let's say, some of the good questions to ask in a tarot reading for yourself, or if you go to a tarot reader, instead of sticking to will I pass? Where is Pratibho? Will I pass or not? Some of the good questions can be if somebody is having a difficult relationship, then a good question is asking yourself through tarot that are you staying because it is right, or are you staying because it's familiar and comfortable? It can give you those deep kind of answers as well. Right? So that is what I mean by tarot reading. Now, that is what I mean by pattern recognition. Let me tell you some benefits that come out of tarot. Your intuition gets developed, and secondly, your interpretation. You become a better judge of people, you become more observant. These are the benefits that come out of tarot reading and storytelling as well. You start connecting one card to the other. So if there's one thing that I would want to take away, my purpose is not to change anybody's mind and get them into tarot. But don't think about it as being random. It's as random as intuition. It's as random as spirituality. It's as random as things that we cannot put a logic to. But that doesn't mean they do not exist. Thank you. I will take the questions now.
Please put the questions in the chat box and we can, Gaurii can answer it one by one.
So can you answer Sunil's question, like what Sunil mentioned, that you had picked up a card, right? And then you wanted Sunil to think something, and he's saying that it is not connecting back with whatever he was thinking. So what exactly is happening here?
So here what is happening is that because he did not spell out his question, we do not know what that question was. And secondly, Sunil, like I said, that maybe you are somebody who does not get stuck in these things, or maybe your situation, like we will have to take it one-on-one. What was the question and how do I interpret it for you? Okay, because I need
Okay.
to know in what relevance was it.
Okay.
If you want to share it or if you want to
Yes,
do it.
yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
I was thinking about my first passion, that is playing cricket. So I had left that playing cricket. If I now if I am playing cricket, sir, I can relate. Is this that I am in trouble that nobody like
No,
to
no. So
play?
it's not for this moment. Why did you leave
Okay,
it at that time?
okay,
You thought you can't do it, whatever, financial or maybe
yeah,
not good enough, whatever your reasons were. But if you would have persisted, there was a way.
okay.
Okay, so it's talking about that moment. You can't bring something and then when the situation is over, how will I give you an answer now?
So that explains that eyes tied and all that, because there was a way for him to get into cricket, but because he was
Social bindings or logics was the
He was blinded by that, so he could not find that way, and that's where he. Okay. Sunil, does that now relate with your question, whatever you had in your mind?
If I can say that it is already always said that there are always ways. So it is in that same manner that whatever the problem, whatever the difficulties, whatever the situations, you have always one way to get out of it. So
So
that card says the same. Yeah.
your question is, this is sounding too general. Is that what you
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
See, it's not. If we would sit on a one-on-one reading, I would pull out 3 cards. Here it's just 1 card and it would sound general. You go to God and you ask him, it's a general answer in your mind. No, you're anchoring your faith and hope in him. And that's for everything, not just one question. When we do a reading, we take out 3 cards. Whether do you do it for yourself or whether a reader does it for you, because you need more information. Okay, so it will, I know what you're trying to say. It's 1 card, that's why it's coming across like that, but it's not, trust me, it's not general.
Okay.
Or it's as general as, like I said, as belief in God and spirituality.
Okay, Renu has asked a question. If you can give some more examples of what kind of questions to be asked.
Start them with how, why, what, instead of will this happen or not, yes or no questions. Frame it where you can get a solution, like you can get a path on which what to take. That is the right way to do it. Bindu has said creative EQ. If you can expand, I didn't understand that.
Gaurii, I don't know, am I audible?
Yes.
Somehow I got the impression that it has a lot to do with the interpretation of the interpreter. As a tarot reader, isn't it something about, creatively analyzing your, let's say, your client, what they want, what they need, and how that particular tarot card picture can explain it. I mean, your creative interpretation of the picture and matching it to the need of the client. I don't know if I'm making myself clear.
This is very
because different people can interpret the picture differently.
okay. So this is a very valid question and a very general question from somebody who's not experienced it before. Like I said, it is not that general, Bindu. Some cards have specific meanings. And you are right to one extent that, of course, the reader is going to use their interpretation on whatever information they have from you. That's why I'm also propagating that use it for yourself. For example, let's say this is a card. It has multiple archetypes on it. There's a Scorpio, dog, this, that, and the other. When you read it for yourself, you are going to see something which relates exclusively just to you, and that becomes your answer to that situation. Like I said, in psychology, no, it is symbolisms have a language. However general or random they may appear, but there is a language to symbolisms, and it's used everywhere. Bindu, does that answer your question? Although I do agree that yes, of course, I will interpret it in the way I know best. If you're sitting in front of me, I'll have to ask you more questions. But there's the other side of it as well.
Okay, so you're saying that it's not only your interpretation of the image as you see it, but it's connecting the dots of the various symbols.
That's correct.
And to the situation. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Yes.
Should we take one more or should we?
Saurabh has raised his hand and Naveen has asked a question. Can you elaborate more on how tarot is connected to leadership?
Naveen, tarot can be connected to anything. So I don't know when you joined in, but I am also a leadership coach and a chartered accountant. I use tarot in coaching my leadership clients. And how is it related? So there are 4 suits which represents different strengths. Like supposing this comes out for you, this represents fire. And if your spread of cards shows a lot of fire, then I'm going to advise you as a leader to go down on fire and get a little bit of more grounding in you. So I use tarot in suggesting the best leadership style or how do they manage their teams to the leaders. That is how I relate tarot to leadership.
Yes, take the last question from.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen. Saurav.
So the more you're talking about it, the more I'm getting a feeling. I don't know if you know about the Bader-Meinhof effect. Do you know about the Bader-Meinhof effect?
No.
Okay. So do you know about? I mean, obviously you know about manifestation, right? The power of manifestation. So I think somewhere, I think the more you're talking about it, the more I'm getting a feeling that it is nothing but it is something similar to power of manifestation visually represented. Is that kind of a right way of looking at it? Because it's something which is playing on my mind, right? So Baden-Meinhof effect basically talks about something that's
Not at
playing
all.
on my mind. I will see it more of it. So
No.
is it
So
something
it's
to do
not
with
like
that?
if you want, sorry, it's not like if you've seen a yellow Lamborghini, you want a yellow Lamborghini and you see a yellow Lamborghini as soon as you step out of the house. That is not what it is. This is not anything futuristic, or it's not manifestation is you want to repeatedly say it and you put it out in the universe and all of this. This is in the moment. I'm reading the cards to you, telling you your patterns, behavior patterns, emotional patterns, thought patterns, and then telling you that this is what the likely outcome is. It's nothing to do with anything to do with manifestation and the effect that you spoke about. Because it's not left on you to imagine after this. It is what I'm seeing in that moment when you ask that question. Like, for example, in Sunil's case, it was a question from the past. So it has nothing to do with the effect and manifestation. Okay, thank you so much for the patience and for showing up on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's hear it for our today's educational session. Our Toastmaster Gaurii Aggarwal telling us about tarot, something which we hear about, but here she explained how it is, what it is, and how we can use it. Taking the meeting forward will be our Toastmaster of the Day. Now, Toastmaster of the Day is distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel, who is a director and partner at Practive Consulting and Training LLP, a vibrant consultant and training service company which serves MSME, nonprofits, and corporates across India. Other than that, she is a wonderful mentor, mentoring all her students around, pushing, giving them that edge, not only for the speeches that they have to give, but for the all the competitions that are there. And she today will be the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Nancy. Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our presiding officer, Toastmaster Samita Kar. That was quite a lovely introduction, a very warm introduction. I'm already feeling elated. Today's theme, as it's been already shared on the posters, it's mayhem mode. What do you think of a mayhem mode? What do we mean by mayhem mode? Any answers from the audience? Chaotic, okay. Is that all? Is it chaotic? Renu, you're speaking on mute.
I'm saying something bringing some revolutionary change. I would say.
Okay, bringing some revolutionary change. Someone is talking about chaos and someone is talking about futuristic changes, maybe some revolutionary change. Any other thoughts you have with respect to this? Well, I'll take a moment to quickly share my screen and the presentation. Well, when we talk about mayhem mode, I think the world is already operating in mayhem mode, and all of us are already reaping the fruits, or rather, the thorns of this mayhem mode. I need not say much about it. Today, well, it's a typical Nancy session where I bring up a couple of questions and for all of you to answer those questions. So here's a quiz. And the only instruction for you is no Googling allowed. Nobody is allowed to Google. You raise your hand, you participate. In this mayhem mode quiz session, what you are expected to do, I will be giving you a question with a few MCQ, multiple choices. You just need to select as per the news. I have picked up a couple of news items that are going out in the world. If you are a follower of news, or if you're not, I think this is a session where you will get to know what's happening in the world from those who are already following the news. So if you follow the news, raise your hand. If you don't, even then you can raise your hand. You never know you are answering it right or not. The ones who are answering the questions the most, they will be the winners of the session. Are we game for the session? Okay, so I only see one thumbs up from Renu, as everybody, I believe, might not follow news. So let me just give one example of how it's gonna be. Can I have Saurav on spotlight? Okay, I see Saurav. Saurav, would you like to answer this question for all of us?
So I think a lot of people would know this. It's actually his poop. So Vladimir Putin does not excrete or pass his stool in any toilet or anywhere when he's traveling, because the if someone collects the feces and does an analysis on that, it can divulge what kind of disease he is having. In fact, when Maduro was captured by the US Army, it was possible because Maduro's feces were sent from Venezuela to US, and it showed that he has colon cancer, and that colon cancer treatment was happening in Cuba. So the entire plot was hatched, keeping in mind that he had colon cancer. So if they would not have known that Maduro had colon cancer, they would not have been able to probably execute this with this perfection. And so to avoid a similar situation like that, Putin never passes motion in any public toilet, or any toilet for that matter. He whatever feces he passes, it's actually collected and processed chemically, and then carried it back in the briefcase back to Russia, and then disposed of in a very controlled, safe environment, where even the ashes is also something that is not available for any testing. So yeah.
Lovely. Well, I was not expecting that much of background. I was just expecting the answer. But thank you so much for confirming that, yes, it's his poop. So when he was traveling to Alaska to meet Donald Trump, there was a mysterious briefcase. Everybody was posting some news about the same over Twitter, that it's maybe the nuclear codes, or it's maybe his own personal snacks or something, but actually it was for his poop. And that's a real news. That's what is happening in the world, and that is how serious the world is about the poop. Can you imagine? Now, I believe that most of us may not know all this backstory. So let's change the rules a little. I think Saurav is an exception. So the rules are like this. I'll show my next question, and you need to type your answers in the chat box. The one who is going to give the answer first, and the correct answer, would be the one explaining what's happening in the world. A country was known to ban or restrict references to Winnie the Pooh after people compared the character to its leader. Which leader? Which country are we talking about? No answers.
I think everyone is tempted to answer it as option one, option A. But
Okay, USA, President of China. Sunil says USA. Renu says China. Any more answers? Who was called Winnie the Pooh? D. Okay. Prime Minister of UK, USA. Oh my God, such varied answers. Think. Who was called Winnie the Pooh? And then the entire country was asked to ban this particular character. China. Okay. All right. It's time to reveal. Renu is the first one to answer it correctly. Renu, +1 for you. This is right that it was president of China who the president Xi Jinping is the one who was referred as Winnie the Pooh in one of the tweets, and after that the entire country faced the ban of this particular character. So this was censored. I'm going to come up with more such questions. Let's see how many of you follow the news. It's time to move on with the session now. In a regular Toastmasters meeting, we have got 3 sections. In Gabbys online advanced Toastmasters meeting, we do it a little differently. You have already seen the first section, that was educational speech. The second section is going to be prepared speeches. The third section is going to be debate, a very interesting debate. And then the last section is evaluation section. Today's evaluation section is going to be run by our area director, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar. Toastmaster Rohit Kumar is a process mining professional based in India, working with the global firm Celonis, where he leverages technology to drive meaningful change. Can we have a round of applause for our general evaluator for today's session, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy, for warm welcome. So, welcome to the Mahe mode, a nice theme. I would say, like, I can see the energy high and the nerves are very real. I believe that in this meeting, we are going to witness good speeches and a lot of, key takeaways. I still remember a beautiful irony, like when I talk about on this Mahim on the surface, like how we are going to, look at the structure, maybe the symphony of the structure underneath. Like today with me, I'll be doing a kind of evaluation where I'll be supported by a tail team where we have timer who will be tracking seconds, right? Then the evaluators who will be observing the speeches very keenly, and the speaker who will be, fighting with the butterflies, and then all the different role takers working in very perfect coordinations. Tonight, as a G, I will step into this Mahe mode, not to control the chaos, as I mentioned earlier, like it's going to be chaotic, but then we are going to decode it in such a way where we'll be looking towards the clarity as well. So as a G, today I'll be looking very closely in the entire meeting with the support of my tail team. I'd like to give a very quick intro of the team who will be helping me on this journey. So today we have timer, Toastmaster Muskan Rahman, who will be who is going to play the timer role. She is a graduate with a background in the modeling. Muskan understands that in both fashion and communication, timing is pretty important. And today she will be the guardian of our clock, ensuring every speaker stays on track and every second counts. We have our language evaluator as well, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. Toastmaster Sunil is very enthusiastic about learning new things to evolve himself. He has an ardent passion for playing cricket and speaking in English, and strong believer in simplicity, integrity, and hard work. He has joined Toastmaster to develop speaking in English and communication skill. In addition, he always preferred to build good and strong relationships to enhance his human assets. We have also our listener today, Toastmaster Ayesha Siddiqui. She is a data analyst and robotics trainer. She trains students in coding and robotics and guides IT aspirants in learning data analysis through practical hands-on methods. Her goal is to make learning simple, interactive, and future-ready. Since we have one speaker for today's meeting, Toastmaster Pratibho Karmakar, and just to give you a kind of intro about Pratibho Karmakar is a third year undergraduate student at IIT BHU. He has joined Toastmaster with an aim to sharpen his presentation skills and basically manage his stage presence. Apart from academic, he is passionate about music and enjoys singing in his spare time. Today, evaluator for Pratibho will be Toastmaster Isa, who will be evaluating Pratibho Karmakar. And Toastmaster Isa is a pro-life and pro-chaos. Those who know her well says that she always likes to live life with her buffet platter full. She is an aspiring intensivist, not there quite yet, but yes, on the road to becoming one.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rohit, for introducing all the role takers. I will be introducing the speaker and the evaluator while calling them upon during the prepared speech section. I think you
Okay.
have introduced rest of the role takers. I'll take it from here. Can we have a round of applause for our general
Over to
evaluator,
TMOD
Toastmaster Rohit? Yes, thank you. Well, we'll move on to the prepared speech section. I know you are waiting for the questions, but looking at your faces, I don't think anybody is waiting for the questions. But let me believe that you're waiting for the questions. But after this prepared speech, someone is already ready with a speech, and this speech is what it takes. Prepared speeches, it feels like it's a 5 to 7 minute speech. Okay, not so difficult and all. But when speakers actually go through the project objectives and then come back and prepare and then present and then get evaluated and go back to mentor and get the evaluation sorted and implement that evaluation and go back and prepare. This is what makes a Toastmaster a public speaker. This entire process. And that is what one of our speakers today is going through. He is here to present his level 1 project 3. Level 1 project 3 from the Path Presentation Mastery. The project is called Introduction to Vocal Variety, where we will be seeing a little bit of vocal variety that he has implemented in his speech. The speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, Toastmaster Muskan, please note the speech duration. It's 5 minutes green card, 6 minutes yellow card, and 7 minutes red card. I'll quickly introduce Toastmaster Pratibho. Toastmaster Pratibho is one of the diligent Toastmasters that we have in Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. He is someone who's a third year undergraduate student at IIT BHU, and he's someone who has just finished his exams and come back to deliver his speech. Today's speech title for Toastmaster Pratibho is The Exam Was Never the Enemy. Oh, we are hearing about the exam. The exam was never the enemy. The exam was never the enemy. Toastmaster Pratibho Karmakar. Pratibho, it's not the exam going on right now. I don't see you on screen. Okay. Okay, Pratibho is probably fixing his camera, audio, video. Once he's back on camera, we'll have a quick check to understand if he's audible and visible, and then we'll proceed with his speech.
Till then, Toastmaster Sunil, can you please?
Yeah, am I audible? Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, Pratibho, you are audible.
Yeah,
Toastmaster
So,
Samita, we will take it later. Pratibho, just a quick audio video check before you proceed with the speech. Can
hello.
you just
Am I
say
audible?
today is a good day? Today is a good day. 1, 2, 3.
Today is a good day. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you are beautifully sounding and you are visible as well.
Okay.
We
Thanks.
are good to proceed. The exam was never the enemy. Toastmaster Pratibho.
Okay. So, there was a time when just hearing three letters made my chest tighten. JEE, the Joint Entrance Examination. For me, it wasn't just an exam. It was identity. It was validation. It was fear wearing a formal suit. At the start of my preparation, my friend would say things like, "Go, I'm not settling for anything other than IIT Bombay." They said it so casually, so confidently, like destiny had already written them an offer letter from IIT Bombay. But their confidence just intensified my silence. While they were dreaming of IIT Bombay, I was thinking, can I even handle the syllabus and workload of my higher secondary? Well, we cut short to one evening. Uh, so my father had bought me a booklet of these previous year questions, and it said कि if you can solve these questions, you can by sure get into IIT. So just out of curiosity, I looked at that booklet. Now I looked at the first question. Nah, it's too long. I can't do this. The second question. What is a monkey doing in a physics problem? The third question. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How many wheels are there? It was too much to take at once, and somehow in a fit of rage, I just took the booklet. I just scribbled the hell out of it. It's like somehow uh, I was trying to demolish the questions, in an attempt to secure my ego. But you know what happened? It was what I got was a ruined page, and and that same insecurity left. That what if I can't do it? My brain had already written a story that I'm not enough, I'm incapable. These things are for other very smart people who somehow have some God-gifted ability which makes them solve such big questions. My friends took coaching institutes, regular classes, regular mock tests, and they lived in a constant state of comparison. I convinced myself that I don't need coaching. I can study alone. I can definitely manage this. But deep down, it was just my ego trying to protect me from myself, because the real, the real deterrent was fear. I I couldn't accept the fact that I couldn't achieve something, and this was some kind of coping mechanism. But one day, something changed. So I was just scrolling on YouTube like every other teenager nowadays, and I came across a video. That was a very generic cliche type of video where some IITian he was talking on YouTube about how he cracked this draconian entrance examination. Well, I would normally not click on this, but I was like, ठीक है करते हैं. Then I saw it. Now, the first thing which stood out about this guy was that he didn't talk about his rank and how the technical details of the exam. He started with the fact that how he felt those same insecure moments, how he struggled to score in mock tests, and the feeling of incompetence that came between him and the exam when he was in his early stages. And I resonated very much with it. So this tiny little strange thought came in my mind that if he struggled that much and still made it, maybe why not me? That same night, I picked up that booklet once again and I looked at it. The first question, nah, still no. The second, nah, I'll leave the monkey to do his business. Three, well, okay. So I did study something like this in class. Okay, so this is the pattern. This is okay, and somehow all of a sudden everything made sense. Well, you do notice that these were the same questions. This was the same booklet. The only thing I carried with me this time was an ounce of self-belief. And that day when I solved the problem, it changed everything. I began to now. I began to question myself. I began to question myself. Did I show up enough? Instead of asking, am I incapable? And that really sealed it for me. And fast forward 2 years, I kept on iterating the same process. I took a chapter, I read it, I analyzed my doubts without ego, and throughout this endless cycle of iteration after iteration, somehow these 2 years passed, and I'm happy to say that every entrance exam I sat for, I did qualify it, and which led me to the realization that this was never about getting into IIT Bombay or getting the validation of some people. It was about investing. It was about believing in the person that you could be, and not the one you are right now. And once I realized that the exam was not the enemy and the paper was just paper. Thank you.
Can we have a round of applause for our speaker Pratibho here, who talked about how important it is to show up. I think that's a beautiful message that evaluator to evaluate on his speech, but I just love the message that you delivered for all of us as the audience. Well, I see that we are a little behind time, so we will probably not have the break today. Toastmaster Renu, can you confirm?
Yeah, we can take. Yeah.
Okay, so we will continue with the session, and here is your next question. In a world summit, which two leaders went viral for walking hand in hand in a light-hearted photo? Answers or guesses, please. B. Okay, I'm seeing everybody answering B. Let's hear it from Muskan. Muskan, a little bit more background on the same.
Actually, I don't follow news that much, but I saw many memes and videos about it that president of Russia and Modi ji that of India are walking hand by hand, side by side. So that's why I just guessed it.
So you see them here. That's really correct. Our Prime Minister as well as the President of Russia, they were walking hand in hand, side by side, and that's where internet picked this up, and there were a lot of memes, and it went viral that, oh, what's cooking up here? As you know, Instagram and Twitter, we see a lot of memes. So this was one of the viral news. 1 point for Muskan. Next, I think this is where everybody can answer. This is more Indian. If you don't know this, you don't know this. Okay, the first one to answer here is Rohit, Indigo, Samita B, Muskan C, Pratibho Indigo, Sunil B. Let's hear it from Rohit. Rohit, do
Hey,
you remember the news? What happened here? Quick one.
so yeah, I was also one of the victim of this incident
Oh.
in the month of December last year. So I was traveling
Mhm.
from Bangalore to Ranchi, and I mean, the flight got delayed by more than 17 hours, and I was staying at the airport for the entire night. And after filing the complaint for more than 2 months, recently I got my compensation GOC voucher. I mean, the gesture of care voucher from Indigo of worth rupees 10K finally. So I mean, it was a terrific, I mean, a horrible night for me in the aviation journey so far. I have seen a lot of train getting delayed in India, but airline getting delayed by such a huge, I mean, margin was need one of the challenge which I faced. So that's why I remember this question.
That's very true. This was a very recent event where we faced a lot of flights were getting cancelled by Indigo, and suddenly the train prices were hiked up by huge margins. People who booked their Indigo flights, they were stranded on the airport or stranded in a different city. Just like Toastmaster Rohit mentioned, he was one such person. So we got a lot of news around the same where they explained why this happened and how this happened and how they will be curing this. But right now, this is fixed. Next question before we move on to the next round. Roman numeral. Okay, that's Pratibho. Any more answers? That's it? No guesses? B. Okay, we are following the trend. The one who started it, it's Pratibho here. Samita following Pratibho. Any more answers? No answers? Okay, if I say the tech billionaire we are talking about here is Elon Musk. No? Okay, the right answer for this one is letters and numbers combined. The name was alphanumeric. It's not Roman numeral, it's alphanumeric. One of his sons was named in alphanumeric manner. Well, with this, our score tally is 1 for Renu, 1 for Muskan, 1 for Rohit. No one is leading the game. Let's see who comes up with better answers next time. With this, let's move on to the next session. That is our next section of this meeting. That is a hot debate section. And for this hot debate, we have got someone as charming as our debate master. Our debate master for today is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster, someone who has been named the king for this meeting already by our tarot reader, and someone who has actually been the charter VP education of the club of the Gabbys, who ensured that we multiplied into multiple clubs. He's a winner of multiple awards within Toastmasters. 11 parts. If you have heard of 11 parts at some point in time, he has completed all 11 parts, and now he's already onto his 12th path, engaging humor. Please put your hands together for our one and only, the very charming, distinguished Toastmaster, Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much, DTM Nancy, our Toastmaster of the day for today. So let me start with the debate. So the way the debate will happen is that I will give you a topic. I will first pick up two people. I will select two people, and then each of you will get 1 minute to speak for or against the topic. At the end of 1 minute, Muskan will show the red card. There is no red, green, yellow, red, and all that. You will be shown the red card and you will be muted. So you have only 1 minute to wrap up your point. So try to wrap up your point in 55 seconds or 50 seconds, or so that you are not stopped or muted in between the point that you're making. And whether you will speak for the topic or against the topic, I will divulge only once you're selected, after I give the topic. So you will not have much time to think. So obviously the person speaking against the topic has an advantage, but then that's not fair. But then when has life been fair? So we'll have to live with that. And with this, I'm going to now call the first two speakers for today. None of them are role takers, so I'm going to pick them up, and they have been bold enough to be on camera, both of them. Easy guess for all of you. I am inviting Toastmaster Ashwini N and Toastmaster Barnali Devnath. Toastmaster Barnali and Toastmaster Ashwini, may please be spotlighted along with the timer.
Hi.
Right? Okay, great. So I'm going to put the topic on chat, and I'm going to also read out the topic, and then I will mention who will speak for and who will speak against. Right?
Okay.
It's all instant.
Okay, you will read out the topic and then you will say who will speak for.
Exactly. Yeah. After I read out the topic, then I will say who will speak for and who will speak against. Right? Remember, 1 minute. At the end of 1 minute, you will be muted, no matter wherever you are in your argument. So the first topic for today: fortune favors fools. Fortune favors fools. Toastmaster Barnali will be speaking for the topic, and Toastmaster Ashwini will be speaking against the topic. Over to you, Barnali.
Yes, I feel this particular topic is very apt. Why? Because fortune, sometimes we come across so many people that we feel that, oh my God, how come this person has been elevated in the career, without having any kind of an competency or charisma or any kind of an character. But still, that person is elevated, the person is promoted, the person is enjoying everything in the life. So I feel this particular statement goes to those people, and these kind of people, they actually gather some kind of an nuances which is probably illegal, probably the shortcuts, probably something which is alluring to those characters, who are very, lenient enough. So, these characters, they jump the ladders pretty soon. They somehow latch into those kind of
I'm speaking against, right? Just to confirm. Fortune favors fools, not necessarily. Life is made of all the choices that you take. Today, you choose to lead a healthy life, it's yours. You choose to live a miserable life, it's yours. What role of fortune even necessarily to play, right? And as we all know, we all observe energies. So when I'm talking to you positively, I observe a positive energy, and if I'm talking negative, I observe negative energy. Fortune really depends on what you make your life into. So I don't really believe if either fortune favors fools, or it will favor someone who is doing good. Doesn't really matter. Life is all yours. Go live it. Live your 100% life, and just believe that everything is under the sun is possible until unless you're alive and you're driving towards what you want. That's my take on the topic. Over to you.
Thank you so much. The best thing about your take is both of you is that you were able to finish your point before you were muted. That's a great achievement. That's what actually is what we are practicing, and also your ability to think very quickly. I think I personally feel fortune does favor fools. I mean, all of us felt that way at least once when we looked at our manager, right? And nowadays, when we look at some of the presidents of some of the countries, also we get a similar feeling, right? That fortune favors fools. But then history has also shown that fortune sometimes may temporarily favor fool, but in the long run it doesn't, right? So there are so many episodes of stars who have gone down the dust. So great take from both of you. We will move on to the next topic, and for this, I would want to invite. See, if you're on camera, you'll get a priority. Very clear. I have a bias towards people who show their beautiful faces, right? So I'll invite Toastmaster Shalin Kotia and okay, and our presiding officer, Toastmaster Samita Kar. So from now on, wherever possible, I will have a Gabbys member debating against a visiting Toastmaster or a guest, right? So let's make it a Gabbys versus not Gabbys. So the next one, I think you guys can start preparing mentally. You know who you are. Pallavi and Pratibho, you will be in online, right? So in the next one. So for this one, it's Shalin and Samita, right? And others, if you really want to participate in the debate, please go dress up, apply some makeup, whatever you need to do it. Get into a good place so that you can switch on your camera, because this is totally going to be worth it. Okay, we are going to move on to the next topic, and that is pressure reveals power. Pressure reveals power. Speaking for the topic, Toastmaster Shalin Kotia. Speaking against the topic, Toastmaster Samita Kar.
All right. So first, let's define what pressure is. Pressure is all about facing a difficult situation. Generally, pressure is equivalent to facing a difficult situation. And when somebody faces a difficult situation, so when somebody comes under pressure, their actual nature comes out. And when their actual nature comes out, they tend to show the true nature, the true color of their character. And generally, the true color of their character is nothing but power. So I would conclude saying that when pressure is applied on a person, their natural tendencies come out, and their natural tendencies are so powerful that they're equivalent to power.
Okay, Samita, over to you.
Pressure. Pressure is something when you don't have too much time to think. And that is not the time when you reveal power. It doesn't work that way. It is only your quick thinking ability, your empathy, and your leadership role, which works during pressure. Because that is the time you need to take quick decisions to solve whatever is the problem. And a problem cannot be solved by showing power. You may feel superior by showing your power, but definitely you're not going to solve a problem. So if you have the problem solving ability, then power doesn't come into play. At that moment, you think what is best for your team, what is best for where you are working, what is best for the problem that you are solving. And there, power is not to be seen at all. And I totally.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Again, pressure reveals power, pressure provides success is something that most managers want to believe. But one of my colleagues had said pressure can only create acne. So God knows who's right. Right. So with this, I'm going to now move on to the third topic. And the third topic speakers have already selected in advance. We know it is, yeah. So Nancy's obsessed with poops today. Can't help it. Yeah. So, okay. So it's going to be Pallavi Aggarwal and Pratibho Karmakar. And your topic goes like this. Control is an illusion. Control is an illusion. And this time, it's Toastmaster Pratibho speaking for the topic and Toastmaster Pallavi Aggarwal speaking against the topic. Over to you, Pratibho. Control is an illusion.
Okay, so control is an illusion. I mean, if you really look at it, it's pretty true because I mean, I may claim that I have power of over my academics about what I do, but in the larger scheme of nature, I am truly powerless because uh, God knows what will happen to the institute that I'll be out of a degree, and anyone for a job, maybe I'll get fired from a job for no fault of my own. Maybe some natural disaster will happen. So really, we can't control anything, and what we actually have is the illusion of control, and that's all.
Yes, each and everyone have listened the story about the elephant tied with a chain, haven't you? So, in when the elephant was young, he was tied with a chain. But when he grows up, he doesn't walk away because he's in he is in a mindset that he's under the control and he cannot set himself free. But when you are, but the sky is the limit. You are imperturbable. If you want, the sky is the limit, and the thing you can imagine, you can go ahead with each and everything. Control is just to monitor you, but yes, you can move ahead with your strong willpower, with your strengths, and whatever motivates you. So control is your limiting belief that keep you behind and stops you, discourages you to move ahead. But if you are strong, determined that yes, I'm unstoppable, I can, and then the sky is the limit. Thank you, and back to the Toastmaster of the day. Yeah.
Thank you. That's what happens when you have good debaters in the room. One tries to call out the elephant in the room, the other tries to tie the elephant in chains. Good job, both of you. So we're going to move on to the next set of speakers, which is Toastmaster Rahul Swami from the Gabbys and Toastmaster Manasa. Are you Toastmaster?
Yes, yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so Mansa and Rahul. Can we have them spotlighted? Lovely. Thank you so much. I'm going to put the topic on chat. I'm going to read out the topic, and after that, I'm going to say who's going to speak for the topic and who's going to speak against the topic. Good to go? The topic is gut beats Google. Gut beats Google. Mansa, you'll speak for the topic. Rahul, you'll speak against the topic. Gut beats Google?
Yeah, guts beats Google. Sometime I have seen some leaders saying that you have to go with your guts, whatever your gut says. If you are confident, you have to listen and go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Sometime maybe you don't get the solution what you are expecting from the Google, but sure, with the willpower and also from the experience, I would say blindly you can go ahead with the guts because that gives you a lot of confidence and courage. Thank you.
Rahul, over to you.
I don't think absolutely that gut beats Google at any place because Google has all the answers and your gut don't. Can you ask Google that how to cook pasta and it will give you an answer? No. You have to Google it. If you have to solve a complex problem, maybe a code language, then you cannot just ask your gut. You have to Google it and then you have to maybe brainstorm and you will get the answer. I don't think people who trust their gut are going to get what they want because they have to sometimes trust the Google, trust the data, trust the studies which are done by people all around the world, and then
Great. Thank you so much for a good attempt, both of you, on the topic. And I love that line. Google has all the answers. Even Sundar Pichai does not have so much of confidence in Google as that Rahul has. Lovely, Rahul. You're a big fan of Google for sure. Okay, next one, I'm going to get a little mischievous and I'm going to pit one doctor against another doctor. So we've got two doctors in the room, one an oncologist and one an intensivist. And I can't resist the temptation of pitting one against the other. So Dr. Bindu Joseph and Dr. Esha Roy are two in-house doctors of the Gabbys. Can I have you in the ring for the next topic? Esha and Bindu. Bindu, are you seeing a patient now? That's what Nancy is saying. Is that your experience? No. Okay, you're on the road. Okay. So, Bindu, do you want us to wait a little bit and then come back? Maybe you're in a better place to take the next topic? Okay, I think that as a yes. So, Isha, you'll have to wait for your turn. I will only pit you against another doctor. So, till Bindu is available, I will have to make you wait a little bit. But I'll definitely want to hear you. So, for the next topic, let me pick up a general evaluator, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar, pitted against, you guessed it right. You guessed it right. What did you guess? Our Toastmaster of the day. Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Right. So, okay. I've got a beautiful topic for both of you. Putting the topic on chat and then I'm going to read out the topic. Doubt destroys destiny. Doubt destroys destiny. Speaking for the topic, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Speaking against the topic, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar. Nancy, your turn.
Have you tried making a dish? Any dish. Let's talk about Maggie. You go to kitchen, you pick up the noodles, and then next thing that you think is, shall I add 2 cups of water or 3 cups of water? Shall I add some salt or just the masala? Shall I add anything to it or just the noodles? This is what is doubt. Doubt that's running in your mind without reading the instructions. Forget destiny, whether doubt destroys your destiny or not. But one thing is for sure, doubt is going to destroy your Maggie and maybe your rice, maybe your any other dish, or maybe your future, your career, and everything else. So, yes, a little bit doubt can go a long way, a very long way.
If you ask me, I would say I would go against this statement because I feel that doubt does not destroy destiny. For me, doubt, I mean, it's like blind confidence does. So if you are doing it blindly, it can do it, but doubt is not the enemy, right? So for me, doubt is the compass. And I see that doubt creates awareness. Definitely for me, it's not something which is going to destroy the destiny. It is something which is going to create the awareness for you. So when you doubt yourself, you need to ask questions like, am I prepared? Can I improve in this particular area or not? Is there a better way? So when you ask questions, then it's not a weakness, right? That is something where you can grow. And that's where I see that doubt as a symbol of growth, not something which is going to kill your destiny or going to trouble you. If a student who is going to doubt their preparation, they would study harder, right? Maybe a leader who can doubt a decision can double check before taking that action on it. So for me, I see doubt as a stepping stone, not as.
Lovely. So no doubt that we had a great debate that happened just now between our Toastmaster of the day and the general evaluator. If we have Bindu ready, do we have Bindu ready? Bindu? No, we still can't hear you, Bindu. So we are going to give you some more time. I'll wait till the very end because I'm seriously tempted to have two doctors argue with each other. That would be such a fun sight to watch. Huh? Okay, so we are going to move to the next speaker then till the time we have Bindu in a better place, which is now I go to people who are not on camera. Mamta, are you ready to take a topic? I would love to see on camera though, Mamta. I know you were on camera a while back. Yes, there you are. Lovely. And can we have Ayesha? Do we have any other guest in the meeting? Yeah, I see Srinivas in the meeting. Srinivas, would you want to take a topic?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. So it's Mamta versus Srinivas. Every single person in the meeting today will get a topic. I have got more topics than we have got people in the room. So don't worry. Okay, so I'm putting the topic on chat, and then after that, I want to read out the topic, and then I want to say who's going to speak for the topic and against the topic. So the topic is logic limits leaders. Logic limits leaders. Srinivas, you will speak for the topic. Mamta, you will speak against the topic.
Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I absolutely agree that logic limits leaders. There was a time where I believed in the positions of the stars. I believed that these are the ones which are hindering my performance. Then, with time, I understood our own country. We believe in all such superstitious behaviors, and that's the reason we are not producing more leaders when you compare to other countries. Yes, sometimes it clicks, and sometimes we are fascinated with it. But if we believe only that, we cannot be a leader. When you want to prepare something, you focus on it, you will improve. If you keep asking the stars whether I'm good at this or not, you will never.
I think there is no need of logic for the leaders. What leader says it is true. Leaders are the person who sell the combs to the balls. What they say it is true. When they give any speech, there is no logic behind it, but they just start say anything and they go on that topic and it becomes true and it virals. So I would say no logic is needed for the leaders. Thank you.
Couldn't agree with you more. Anyone who's on Truth Social would understand what Mamta is trying to say here. And with this, we're going to move on to the next set of speakers, and that would be a Tiber versus our language evaluator. Toastmaster Sunil Gupta pitted against Toastmaster Muskan Rahman. Yes, so can we have both on the camera, please? And who will time Muskan? And who will time this? Okay, Nancy is going to time. Nancy is going to take care of the time, Muskan. So you can someone spotlight? Let me spotlight Sunil. Yeah, so there is it. Okay, so the topic is comfort kills courage. Comfort kills courage. Speaking for the topic, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. Speaking against the topic, Toastmaster Muskan Rahman.
So I have to start. Okay. Comfort kills courage. I think nobody will disagree this statement. If you are lying on the bed, how can you can challenge yourself, you can fight with difficulties. I remember my incident that when I was going to face an interview, that night, previous night, I had to be awake all night to study. That day I thought that if I slept well, I wouldn't have been able to crack the interview. I wouldn't have been able to get the job. That awakening of the night taught me that without working hard, without getting rid of your comfort, you cannot achieve anything in life, whether it is time.
I don't agree with this statement. The first statement is sitting on a bed and you can't go for achieve your goals. That's completely not logical, I think. Nothing to be like rude or something, because nowadays everything we do, we achieve goals through our phones, through our laptops, and mostly we are sitting on our board, in our bed or in a sofa. So we can't say that we are going in a road and doing that tuck 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 and achieving our goals. That's not possible. And how can we do that? We can't sit on a sofa and standing because we want to do hard work and not a smart work. That doesn't make sense. When we have the power to get in your comfort zone and also achieve your goals at the very same time, then why not to use it? I mean, that's it for it. Thank you.
So that's what happens when you pit a Gen Z against a Gen X, right? That's the kind of debate that you get to see. Good. Okay. Lovely. We are going to move on to the next set of speakers. Who is left? Who's left? Now I will give turn to those who are not on camera as well, which is Toastmaster Ayesha. Ready for the topic? Yes, Ayesha is there on camera. Lovely, Ayesha. Thank you so much. And who will be speaking in the same ring? Our VP Education, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. Renu, time to switch on your camera. Yes, there is Renu. Can Renu be spotlighted, please? Yeah, thank you so much. And the topic that I have for you is belief shapes reality. Belief shapes reality. Renu, you will speak for the topic. Ayesha, you will speak against the topic.
Well, I'm a living example of what belief shapes reality like. So, whatever I believed in, I worked towards it, and somehow it has become my reality today. So, I have always believed that whatever challenge or whatever an uncomfortable thing that comes across or it is any uncomfortable situation or problem or situation comes in front of me, I can resolve that, because that problem is meant to be resolved by me only. So that is how I'm gradually becoming stronger and more confident and shaping my new reality. So one day at a time, one task at a time, one problem at a time, one uncomfortable situation at a time, I am gradually shaping up my reality. So, yes, believe that you can do it, and surely you can change your reality. Over to you, Ayesha.
Ayesha.
Okay, I don't believe that believe do change the reality. Now in this fast-tracked world we are living in a techno world, so there are a lot of opportunity. So you can't believe, or you don't have a second to adjust yourself in your comfort zone and think what I believe and what I not. You have to just grab the opportunity what you got instant. That is the thing. Oh, what I think. And next. That's it.
Okay. I think the great job, both of you. And if you do not believe that belief shapes reality, take up the VP education role at the Gabbys, and you would start believing in that, right? That belief does shape reality, one problem at a time, one day at a time, one meeting at a time, one role at a time, right? So that's how we go about it. Okay. I got a recommendation from Dr. Bindu for on a speaker, but the speaker is not the Bindu. Can you take this one now? The last topic, and I've run out of speakers now. Only you and Isha is left in the room, right? Your voice is still breaking. I think Bindu is not in a place to debate this. So, which means that Bindu, sorry, we'll have to maybe next week. So now that means that there is anyone who is willing to take the next to take one more topic and going to debate against Isha.
I can do it.
Who's the Entu Cutlet in the room?
I can do it. Ashwini this side.
Ashwini? Okay. So, Madam President, I'm giving the member the chance. So it is Ashwini versus Dr. Esha Roy. And this is the last topic and the last set of speakers for today. And here I'm putting the topic on chat. Instinct guides better. Instinct guides better. Speaking for the topic, Esha Roy. Speaking against the topic, Ashwini N.
Hi. So, instinct guides better. Do you really believe that instinct guides better? I feel that instinct is something which is very primitive. It's a manifestation of our subconscious mind. So should we go by it? But of late, from experience, I've been learning that instinct does guide better. When you feel that you're not going to score on that exam well, and it turns out that you didn't score well, you kind of realize that your instinct was right all along. And to bring in case you've not read this book, there's this book all about slicing the micro moments of any interaction. It's called Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. So in that book he talks about, he takes micro conversations, and he of the in an entire conversation he takes the starting of the conversation, and from that he tries to give his interpretation. And from that they try to guess that in future they predict what.
If instinct can guide better, why do we have CEOs? Why do we have all the consultants? So many roles, right? We have so many roles who is just there to make decisions and uh, take the business forward. If instinct can do everything, I don't think we need such roles. So if such big organization have such roles who are getting paid FT amount of salaries, I think instinct might not do complete justice to making better decisions. So we need people, we need data, we need analysis. So my take on this would be instinct might not give you the better results. Maybe the human brain with the analysis on the data and whatever the points that's there to address that problem would definitely a lot better than the instinct or your gut feeling. That's my take on the topic. Over to you.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashwini. If I were you, I would have asked Tisha that even the instinct can guide better. Then why are you guys against OTC, right? Why do you have a problem with OTC medicines? Why do you always say no? Go to a doctor. Okay. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for coming forward and debating on these topics. And with this, I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel.
Amazing. It was a great session.
What an enriching session we had with a lot of illustrations in the topics. It was a learning for me in terms of the way the topics were framed themselves. Huge round of applause for distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta here. It's time for us to hear how did we do on the evaluation part. Well, I know before we move on to the evaluation, a couple of more questions are left, but in the interest of time, I'll have to cut down on the questions. I will come back towards the end of the meeting with a quick tiebreaker session between Toastmaster Renu, Muskan, and Toastmaster Rohit. So wait for that. Let's hear it from our general evaluator before we make up our decision who did the best in the meeting today. Over to you, our general evaluator, Toastmaster Rohit.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. Before I share my detailed report with the team here, I would like to call the evaluator for today's prepared speech, Toastmasters Dr. Ayesha, who will be going to evaluate speaker Toastmaster Pratibho, who has given a speech, I think, on the presentation mastery L1P3. Over to you, Toastmaster Ayesha.
Good evening, everybody, and especially my targeted speaker for today, Toastmaster Pratibho. It was such a amazing title. It really made me think that he's taking this perspective on examination. Is it going to be funny? Is it going to be will he be able to talk on it? But he really did a marvelous job of talking on it for 5 to 7 minutes, and he also had me rolling on the floor with laughter when he said that Destiny already had written him an offer letter, and he said that one more here. He said that the only okay, fine. I'll quote that as I come along. So he not only used vocal variety, he also used props. He used his pen as a prop, and he was very thoughtful. He was giving us the thoughtful, undecisive look as he was using that body language. He was able to convey all the expressions of doubt, self-doubt, and all the introspection that he did. It came out really well. And he when he said that ego trying to protect me from myself, and he also used some well-fitting gestures, and he also did scrolling to show us to go along with his thought process. And also I found that his struggles which he discussed were very realistic. So I really appreciate the fact that he took the time out to share with us the real thought process that was going in his mind, and also personal anecdotes that he gave. Just a few suggestions to add to this is that at times I found that you were using some filler words like and at times I found that your tone was a little flat and it was a little rushed. So apart from that, I think you should challenge yourself to give more and more speeches on boring, mundane topics like you gave today, because you're really good at it. And you should also, and it really gives us entertainment listening to you. So thank you so much. That was on my part.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayesha, for the evaluation report. Now I'd like to call upon my tail team for today, who will be saying their report one by one. So I'd like to invite the timer of the day, Toastmaster Muskan, to present her report. Over to you, Toastmaster Muskan Rahman.
Hello guys. So I'll be sharing the screen for the timing and all. I think it's you can see it, right, guys?
Yes.
So this is the report. And I will be sharing this report in the chat too for your reference.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muskan, for saying the report. Next, I invite language evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, to share his crisp, report for today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Sunil.
Okay. Thank you, General Evaluator. Now I'm sharing my report. Yes, I hope it is visible. Yes. Okay. First, I will talk about my counter reports. So today, there are a lot of speakers who didn't use any filler words. That is Samita Kar, presiding officer, Muskan and Ayesha Siddiqua, they didn't get chance to speak. But Sourav Dutta, he spoke a lot, but he didn't use any filler words. A huge round of applause for Sourav Dutta, DTM Sourav Dutta. And in table topic speeches, Ashwini and Banali Devnath, Salin Kotia, Samita Kar, Pratibho Karmakar, Rahul Swami, Rohit Kumar, Nancy Goel, DTM, Srinivas, Ayesha Siddiqua, and Renu Kaushal. And now I'm going to discuss that what outstanding words, rhetorical devices used by speakers. First, Pratibho Karmakar used the uh, device that is personification that tightened my chest, and another is did I show up? Rhetorical question. Sourav Dutta used a lot of good phrases and quotes uh, for his topics, and apart from it, that one alliteration, logic limits leaders, and other topics, pressure reveals power, and other topics. Then Banali Devnath used a word nuances. Salin Kutia used true colors. Pallavi Agrawal used a rhetorical question, haven't you? And another is a good phrase, that is the sky is the limit. Rahul Swami used rule of three, trust Google, trust the data, trust the result. And Rohit Kumar used doubt is a compass. And Nancy Goel used a rhetorical question, shall I add some water, and other three rhetorical questions. So that's my report. And today no one could use the word of the day because we didn't get chance to uh, our script speech. That's why I think people were not aware about the word of the day. Thank you. It's my report, and I'm going to paste the report in the chat box as well for your reference. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil, for your detailed report. Finally, on my team is listener for today's meeting, Toastmaster Ayesha. Over to you, Toastmaster Ayesha, for your report.
Thank you,
Best
General
audience.
Okay. As a listener, I have noted a few questions from Gauri's demonstration on tarot cards. Where did Gaurii Aggarwal started the journey of tarot cards?
Goa.
From where?
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. So, from the speech of Pratibho, what did Pratibho actually inspire to study? A video, a movie, or a book? He spoke about one YouTube video. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayesha. Now it's time for me to present the general evaluation report about the overall conduct of the meeting today. I must say that it was a mayhem mode, as the theme set by our distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. So I would like to start one by one, starting from the essay, and would like to give kudos to Toastmaster Renu for taking the role at the very last moment, and she played it very well in terms of setting the context of the meeting with clarity, and also introducing our presiding officer, Samita Kar. So very well done, Toastmaster Renu, for picking up the role at the last moment. It's not easy to play any role for any meeting and taking it up at very last moment. So kudos to you for that. Now meeting started on time, and that is where I was like observing the meeting. That meeting was bang on time at 7:30 sharp, even though they say was not able to be part of the meeting at that point of time. But then the team, did very nicely in terms of picking up the role and starting the meeting on time, so that we can also end the meeting on time. So that's very much important in Toastmasters meeting. It's one of the important key, I would say takeaway, that we stuck to the time, and that's what we did today. Coming to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Samita. Again, I have seen Samita, in many of the previous meeting as well, and today also did this role in a very, structured way. Introduced the TMOD of the day, also the keynote speaker, by giving them very warm welcome, which is very much important whenever we are trying to conduct any educational sessions in the meeting. It's important to acknowledge our keynote speaker. So thank you, presiding officer Toastmaster Samita, for giving that warmth to our speakers, and also making our guest welcome in the meeting. So kudos to you. Moving ahead to the Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. I love the way you start the introduce the theme by asking questions with the audience, and I like the questions in the form of the PPT, very well structured and draft. It took me back to my school days when I used to be part of the GK quiz contest and have won many awards there. So that time, I was one of these friends from my school who used to be very much curious whenever there was some GK quiz competition was around our school days. So I like the way you introduce the theme, and then involved, I think, each one of us in the team meeting, though it's a virtual connect, but then it always feel great when you bring something of some sort of such ingredients into your meeting. So it help all of us to be very much alert on our toes to grab those questions and answer it and win those prizes. So it was great. So kudos to you. You kept us engaged. Also, now coming back to the speaker, Toastmaster Pratibho. Exam was never the enemy. I think nice topic delivered the day after you complete your exam, right? I can see that the message was pretty much clear. One thing which was for me as Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy mentioned that the intent of the message was it's important to show up. So that is where I can see that you focused your entire speech in that direction. And you mentioned that exam was not the enemy, and the paper was just a paper, which is true to most of the time. One thing which I felt could have been done better in your speech, though Toastmaster Isa has given a good feedback in different aspects of your speech based on your level 1 P3. But then if you'll ask me, I think the call to action could have been bit better at the last end of your speech. Also, if you can bring some more storytelling element in your speech, it can intrigue the audience as well. Overall, it was good speech delivered, I would say, for L1P3, and nice humor. Humor was one of the key component of your speech. And when you add humor to your speech, it also create a kind of connect with your audience. I mean, everyone want to, listen to humor, right? We don't want a very serious conversation, but that was there in your speech. well spoken. I would say good speech by Toastmaster Pratibho. Now coming to the table topic master, I must say very well said by Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. He is a debate champion, and today I have witnessed that. I love the way distinguished Toastmaster Saurav has encouraged all the member in the meeting room to participate in the debate. Kudos to him. I mean, it's very nice gesture by a table topic master who is, encouraging all the member to be part of this debate. And the structure of the debate was drafted in such a way that, impromptu, we are doing a kind of exercise on your muscle memory to think of the topic and, for and against the motion. So really loved it to distinguished Toastmaster Saurav, and also till the last moment he tried for for the two doctors debate to happen in the room, and that was also a very kind gesture which I truly noticed in the meeting. So kudos to distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Dutta for keeping that spirit of taking all the team members together in the meeting is one of the key highlight for me, particularly from this meeting. So, and I must say almost all the speakers were imperturbable during the debate, right? And I mean, it was good sign to see such kind of debate in a meeting where we are very much composed for the topic that too given on the at the last moment and that impromptu topic. Coming to the evaluator, Toastmaster Isa, nice feedback to the speaker. I mean, you have touched all the aspect of the areas of the improvement. You also talked about what went well and what could have been better. I think you covered it all. I could not find anything extra. I mean, I have given my point of view as well, but I mean, nice evaluation done. Coming back to my tail team, Timer, thank you for helping me for this meeting and being part of the team. Toastmaster Muskan for the detailed report. I think that report will help the speaker and the other role taker also to stick to the time if we are not in the time which is prescribed by the Toastmasters fraternity. Also, coming back to language evaluator, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, for saying that detailed Excel file. I think this is very much important to see through that file even after this meeting, because that's the area where we can improve. Where are the crutch word or the grammar, or as he mentioned that there were certain key phrases used. So we can also learn from each other, like the way Saurav has used, distinguished Toastmaster Saurav has used, different phrases or somewhere where we think that we can improve better. That Excel file is pretty much important. Thank you for saying the detailed report. And thank you, Toastmaster Ayesha, for asking those key questions that make us feel alive that we were part of the meeting, and we need to pay a bit more attention towards the speaker and other role takers so that we can, reciprocate to your questions. With that, I think it was a good meeting. As I keep, whenever I get a chance to be part of the Gabbys meeting, it's pretty much a high standard, and today also the same I can, experience. So kudos to all of you for putting all the efforts, and that's my time. Over to TMOD for the day, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our general evaluator. Can we have a round of applause for our general evaluator and his team here? Well, do I have the three winners? In the meanwhile, we are editing the polls, and the polls are going to come up next for you to cast your votes. Let's quickly decide who's going to be the winner for today's quiz that we had. May I request Zoom moderator to quickly spotlight Rohit, Muskan. Do we have Muskan and Renu in the room? Now, it's mayhem mode, which means that my game, my rules. Okay, I'm gonna change the ground for now. We are not going to have the same questions anymore. Let's go to something different, something different as a theme, completely different as a theme. Okay. A lot of things happening on my screen. Oh my God. Yes, this is not the question. I don't see Renu on camera. Renu is not there. Let's skip all these questions and now get into this one. This one is already answered. Let's go to this. So your question is, this is first come first serve basis. In Sholay, what was the reward announced for Gabbar Singh? No raising hands, quickly answer. Just answer.
25,000.
25,000. Okay. Renu, Muskan.
25,000.
Renu.
25,000.
The answer I have is 50,000.
I pinged 50,000 by the way in the chat, but
You have to unmute and answer.
sorry,
Let's go to the next one. In Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, where do Raj and Simran first meet?
Switzerland.
Okay. Yeah. London. Yeah, on the streets of London.
We have
Yeah, I
London, we
forgot
have
it.
Switzerland. Okay, I got the right answer. It was London.
Do you still
That's
want me to have the G and timer on Spotlight?
Okay, no, these three, yes, we need, because these are the ones who answered, who gained 1 point each initially. Okay, Renu, 1 point. In Drishyam, where was the boy's body hidden?
Under a
Under police station.
Okay, Muskan, I heard Muskan first. Saurav spoke before Muskan. Saurav,
yeah.
this is a tiebreaker between these three people.
Oh, acha, okay.
Okay, Muskan, 1 point. Muskan, Renu, leading. In Kahani, what is revealed about Vidya Bagchi?
She was never pregnant.
Okay, Rohit, 1 point. That's the correct answer. In Bahubali, the beginning, this is the last one.
Katappa.
Katappa.
Here wins. Here we have a winner.
Yeah. The Katappa wins, huh? Katappa wins or the Bahubali wins? The Bahubali wins.
Kills Bahubali in the very first movie that they showed.
Yeah.
It's Katappa. Okay, that was quite a fast one. We have our winner for today's Mayhem mode. That is our general evaluator, Rohit Kumar. Saurav, I knew that you were itching to answer and so were others. But you all were needing to answer the previous questions to reach this round. And yes, we have a clear winner. Can we have a round of applause for our general evaluator for being such a sport? And the other two people, we had the other two participants who answered our previous questions, Muskan and Renu. With this, I wrap up my Mayhem mode meeting and hand it over back to Toastmaster Samita.
Thank you so much. What an interesting session it was. Right from our first educational session, tarot card reading, that is something very different, to the mayhem that we really had with all those interesting questions. A question about poop? Seriously? We had it. To the table topics. Now, I don't know how every time distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta comes up with table topics just with 3 words and then pits us against one another with our grey cells scrambling what to say in that 1 minute. So that is what our meeting was all about today. Now, we are fortunate that our area director, Toastmaster Rohit Kumar, has joined us today. He is also the GE today. But I would invite you to speak to us as our area director to our club members. Over to you.
I think I have 1 minute already spoken a lot at the G. But yes, I mean, it's always a great feeling, Toastmaster Samita, to be part of Gabby's meeting. And as I mentioned that today is for me, one of the key takeaways was the way distinguished Toastmaster sort of conducted the table topic. I have seen table topic in different club meeting as well, but here the way it was conducted, there was a lot of key takeaways for me. And like I love the environment in the meeting, the way the members are very much enthusiastic about being part, taking part in those table topic and taking the podium. So it's a great meeting to be part of and love the structure also. So the tail team, when you talk about the tail team, typically we have tag team, but here we are, looking at the tail team also, the language evaluator. So these are the new set of learnings which I personally feel to which is nice to have in all the meeting where I personally go. So I mean, kudos to each member of the GOAT club, and always a pleasure to be part of such club where we have great speakers, learners, and important role takers. And it's my privilege to be part of such meeting. Thank you, and looking forward to another meeting as well. Over to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes. Lots of questions, but yeah, we are on time. Thank you. Now, it's always a pleasure when the area director comes to our club, participates in it, and then he tells us the points that we loved about. Thank you so much for coming and joining our club. We would request you if we can have the area contest dates, because most of the GOAT members do not reside in Bangalore. They have to make the arrangements. So it will be great if you can give us the dates ahead of its time so that we can make the arrangements.
Sure. Fair point, Toastmaster Samita. Give me a date time. We are supposed to reveal the date. I will be joining a meeting in a while with our division director as well. So I will definitely get back to you with the date. I understand the time constraint. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What an exciting meeting it was all today, but I know all of you all are waiting for the best role taker. The best role taker, we all know, do we? We do not have the best speaker because we have only one speaker. Best evaluator and speaker is not there. What about the table topic? Obviously, everyone has spoken well, and all of them are the winners here. And we have our language evaluator, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. Kudos to you. And for the big three, who else than one we have been praising non-stop, our table topic master, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, the king, as it was said at the beginning of the meeting. We end with you being the best role taker. With that, the meeting comes to an end. We have the area contest coming up, and we will have our representations there. As our area director said, we'll announce the date quite soon. With that, good night. Thank you all for joining, and see you on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. at the Gabbys meet. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night.